Hey guys, TheYoungGooner here, as you probably know by now, unless you're a new subscriber. Hello to you all. I haven't put a vid up in a while, and yeah, I've had a sore throat and cold and stuff like that, and it's not really been fun talking, but I'm getting over it now. And well, season's over, we all know that. And the first team didn't win much, as we all know, but the under 18s did win the Academy League, so well done to them. They got past United in the semi final. And then they beat Nottingham Forest, I think it was, at the Emirates 5-3. Forest went in front a couple of times, but Benik Afobe scored a hat trick and also set up two goals for Luke Freeman, who joined from Gillingham when he was 16, but that's beside the point. No, it's been a good season for the under 18s. They were knocked out of the FA Youth Cup fairly early. They got past Crewe of all teams. They got past Crewe on penalties, I think, in their first match. Then the round after that, they went out to Ipswich, but they've made up for it in the league, and they deserve it. And it's good to see them winning something. The reserves missed out on the reserve title this year, but hopefully a few of those under 18s will go in and push for reserve places. Then in a few seasons, we'll hopefully see them going out on loan and maybe breaking into the first team. Obviously, we all know about how good our academy is, but nice to remind ourselves every now and then. Also, I mentioned a few videos ago that Arsenal ladies would play Leeds at the Emirates Stadium, and I said this was a potential title decider. And in fact, it was. If we won that match, we would have won the title, which we did. We won 3-0. Kim Little scoring in the 11th minute and a penalty in the 71st. And then Gemma Davidson rounding it off and adding a bit of gloss to the scoreline with a goal in the 87th. So well done to the ladies as well. It's nice to win things even if you're not the first team. Now, yesterday I think it was, Cesc said something about possibly moving to Barcelona in the future, and obviously the Sun. Those of you who don't know me that well, I do blame the Sun for anything and everything in football. But the Sun has taken it and said he's moving to Barcelona at the end, or right now actually. What he actually said, the direct quote, is if I leave Arsenal, I will be happy to play at Barcelona. I don't know when that will happen. I'm very happy at Arsenal and in no hurry to leave. That's not, as BBC Sport put it, Fabregas wants future sorted. I mean, to say it again, I'm very happy at Arsenal and in no hurry to leave. The Sun did something else quite stupid as well. I'll probably put a link to it below. They have a picture of the Titanic sinking, or like from the movie, I think it was, and they've depicted it as Arsenal, and they've got Fabregas rowing away and Wenger following. Yeah, but I do hate the Sun. But in other news, Wenger has said he will target defensive signings in the close season. We will be signing Marouane Chamakh soon, but that's beside the point. Not quite defensive, but he's confirmed he intends to strengthen his defence this season. Obviously, 5 seasons without silverware. I think we've all heard him say it. When you concede 40 goals, you don't win the title. I want to rectify that. I mean, the teams winning the titles are conceding less than 40, obviously, but when we're scoring a lot more than they are, which we didn't, but we would, hopefully, it doesn't matter. But I'm pretty sure you guys all agree. Attack-wise, we got it more or less. It's just defensively, or would you guys say our defence is fine, and it's keepers who are the problem? What would you guys like to see bolstered up the most? I know some people say we still don't have a big Patrick Vieira type midfielder who gets his foot in there and just he can stop an attack just like that. A few obviously we've been linked to Lasagna Diarra. I think that's how you pronounce it. Used to play for us, left for Portsmouth, ended up at Real Madrid. I don't know. He went Chelsea, Arsenal, Portsmouth, Real Madrid. I don't know what's happening with him, and now he's coming back apparently. But yeah, defensive signings is what he said, and well, if it's another Thomas Vermaelen, I don't think any of us will complain. Gallas, I said a few vids ago I thought he would sign. I'm not so sure now. Silvestre, as we've all said many times, looks like leaving. Um, Breda Hangeland and Papa Diakate, I think he plays for Dynamo Kiev, both said to be two big targets. Hangeland, I don't see it happening. He's turned down interest from Arsenal before. I can see him doing it again. Diakate maybe. I haven't seen that much of him. Any of you guys have seen him? Do you think he's good enough to play in the Premier League? Not just at any club, obviously, a club challenging for the Premiership. And would you guys like to see? Well, I'm assuming you guys would like to see a central defender brought in. Apart from that, what else have we got? Sol Campbell believes he has 2 years left at the highest level, and he wants to spend them with Arsenal. He's getting on a bit, but would you guys like to see him stay? I know I've asked this a lot of times, and I know most of you will say yes. Um, and related to that, Van Persie said he hopes Campbell does stay. He says he's exactly the kind of character needed in the Gunners' dressing room. I think this is what a lot of us think. It's not just him as a player, although he's been exceptional as a player. I think when we saw him when we heard he was coming back, we all thought that experienced player is exactly what we want. And now, well, now we've got quite well, I'd say. Um, we've got a player who's good on the pitch and in the dressing room, and I think. Do you guys think we need to bring? Do you guys think we need to bring in more players like him, or players kind of not necessarily youngsters, but kind of in their mid late twenties ish? Because obviously Campbell won't be much use to us in the next after the next few seasons, provided he stays on, of course. Um, Other than that, RVP has also said that we need to toughen up if we're to challenge for trophies next season. Um, Obviously, uh, we all know about this whole thing where people say to outplay the Arsenal, you need to get in their faces, get tight, tackle hard, etc., etc. Um, Obviously, sometimes that results in injuries, like we saw to Aaron Ramsey. But do you guys think that's the right thing people should be saying in football? Deliberately get physical and stuff like that. I mean, if it was up to me, every team in the Premiership would play the way Arsenal play. That's not going to happen as long as you have people like Sam Allardyce in football, obviously. But Van Persie said we need to toughen up a bit. Uh, it's not the first time I think we've heard that from an Arsenal player. Um, but yeah, I'd assume you guys agree. I mean, does anyone disagree with that? You could always be a bit tougher, I suppose. But good to hear. Good to hear that is what's the word I'm looking for? That's a topic for discussion in the dressing room and behind the scenes. Certainly, we know Wenger does complain about it quite often. I think he's entitled to his opinion. Certainly, I wouldn't disagree with him either. I would say teams are generally tougher on Arsenal than on other teams. In other news, some random statistics. Our substitutes have scored more goals than those from any other club in the Premier League this season. We scored 83 goals this season, 15 of those from the bench. Lovely to know, isn't it? What else have we got? Arsenal also topped the Premier League fair play table. We did particularly well, I can tell you, in positive play. There's no surprise there. I don't think anyone did better than us. Nope, they didn't. Uh, Hull did quite badly in that. No surprises there. We also did quite well in red and yellow cards. I'd assume we didn't get many. And then kind of a random thing. Gazidis, has said we could put GPS things in players' boots and see how far they run, and then you can tell how much fatigue they'll have. Um, that's new. But well, what do you guys think? Do you guys think stuff like that's necessary, or would you just say you speak to a player and he says if he's tired or not, he says if he thinks he can manage or not? Um, I mean, every player obviously has different thresholds of how much they can run. But yeah, let me know your views on that. And 10 minutes already, that was quick. Don't forget to comment, rate, share, and subscribe, guys. Thanks.